Gentlemen, this is Mantelligence. Today, we're showing you 7 powerful reasons why every man needs to dress well. Dressing well can have a huge positive influence on the opinions of the people that you want to like you. And in this video, we're going to show you 7 reasons why you're going to want to start dressing well, all backed by research and studies. Let's get into them. Number 7, life will be easier. Plain and simple, if you're physically attractive, your life will be easier. Studies show that attractive people are perceived as more successful, happier, more trustworthy, and more competent. And this directly translates into them being more likely to receive help from strangers, get a job after an interview, and receive higher job performance ratings. Want an even greater incentive to look your best? On average, attractive people make $230,000 more over the lifetime of their careers. Number 6, increased attractiveness. For the most part, you can't really change the looks you were born with. But one recent study showed that you can improve your overall attractiveness by dressing well. In the study, participants were asked to rate the competence, work comfort, and sociability of 6 models. 3 were dressed in unattractive clothing and 3 in attractive clothing. When the rating results were analyzed, the conclusion was clear. The models in attractive clothing were perceived more positively than those in unattractive clothing. And this led researchers to conclude something very interesting. Clothing attractiveness can have a very similar positive effect to that of actual attractiveness. As a matter of fact, a man's sense of style outranked muscle build, height, fitness, and even the perceived handsomeness of their face. Number 5, increased sexual attractiveness. In another study, a sample group of females viewed images of attractive male models. The models were dressed in clothing representative of 3 different socioeconomic levels: low, medium, and high. When polled, the females rated the best dressed guy as the most sexually attractive, and even assumed that that guy would be better relationship material. Number 4, better first impressions. A researcher conducted an experiment where he himself was part of the equation. He went out conducting a survey, something that the public doesn't normally respond enthusiastically to, when half the time, the survey taker was dressed very casually, and the other half the time, he was dressed very fashionably. For the most part, this didn't affect the way that men responded to our fearless survey taker, but the vast majority of women responded much more positively to him when he was well dressed. As proof of this, 98% of younger women had a more favorable impression of him when he was well dressed. Number 3, higher job success and satisfaction. Being well dressed makes you more likely to get a job and more likely to get promoted. In a recent study, 3,000 hiring managers and employers were asked whether clothing affected a hiring decision. The vast majority said something that you can likely guess by now. Physical attractiveness, appropriate clothing, and fashion choices directly influenced their hiring decisions. And the same study showed that 41% of employers were more likely to promote those men who took the time and effort to present themselves in good-looking, professional clothing. Number 2, increased perceived intelligence. A study with over 900 participants found that both students and teachers assumed that students who wore dressier, nicer clothing had both a higher IQ and better grades. But what does this mean? By dressing well, you'll be perceived as more intelligent to others. Number 1, positive self-perception. Possibly the most powerful benefit of all, being well-dressed positively influences how you think about yourself. In a study, researchers gave the same basic white coat to 2 groups of participants. One group was told that they were wearing a classic doctor's lab coat, while the others were told that they were wearing a painter's smock. The doctor group had increased sustained attention over those in the painter group. And in a similar study, participants were dressed in sharp business suits, then asked about their self-perception. Overwhelmingly, men in suits felt more authoritative, more trustworthy, and more competent. There's our 7 powerful reasons to dress well. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to let us know and give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to click and subscribe. And while you're here, why not check out these other awesome videos? Thanks for watching.